so last week we ranked all the animated films from 2025 that I saw. Now this week I want to talk to you guys about my top 10 films that I am most hyped for this year. Now they're not all animated. I know there are some families that watch together. Just know a few of the movies I'm going to talk about are not exactly family friendly. Most of them are, but there's a couple that aren't. That should be our new slogan. Anytime there's something like, oh, this movie's a little not family friendly. But yeah, most of these films are going to be pretty family friendly. That tends to be the stuff that I like the most throughout the year, but there are a couple that are not family friendly that I'm going to talk about, but don't worry, I'm not going to show anything inappropriate from like trailers and stuff or say anything bad that kids can't hear or anything like that, so you can still watch the video. Just tell your kids don't watch those. And this list is in no particular order. It's just going to go in the order that I happen to write it down. Starting off our list, we have, I think probably the next animated movie coming out, GOAT from Sony. I will admit, I wasn't super stoked about this movie when I first saw it, primarily because I'm not into sports of any kind or basketball, but the animation looks really cool. I like the designs of all these animals. The idea does seem really cool, seeing this underdog rise in the ranks within this challenge he has to face. And it looks like it's gonna have this unique Sony style that they're really good at doing lately. The style that brought us K-pop Demon Hunters and Into the Spider-Verse and Mitchell's vs. the Machines. Because it's made in that style, looks like it has that sense of humor. I am excited about it. I don't care about the basketball element, but I am excited for the animation and everything else. Not to say I can't like a sports movie even if I don't like sports. I like Space Jam, hence why two of the only basketball players I know are LeBron James and Michael Jordan. But that being said, the more trailers that I see on this, the more excited that I get, the more I think it just looks fun and exciting and cool and looks like we'll have some great character development and some great moments that I'm excited to see this. And it's Sony. I want to go support Sony. Not that I'd have any reason to be biased towards them. No reason at all. None. What are you talking about? The next movie on the list is Hoppers. Although I wasn't super sold on it when I first saw it, I'm already starting to see a theme with these. The more I've seen more trailers, the more comedy that I've seen, the more I get to understand the story a little bit. I think there's gonna be something cool here. Let me be clear, I don't think this is gonna be one of those movies that's like so good it's going to like elevate Pixar again. But I think it might be along the lines of like the movies continuously getting better. With Pixar seemingly kind of being in a rut for like the last 5, maybe 6 years. You could argue longer than that. I don't think this is gonna be so good it's gonna like elevate them to where they were back in the good old days of Pixar. But it does look fun, it does look exciting, and I am curious to see how this all goes. I really like Bobby Moynihan as like the main beaver king. I think his voice fits like super well for that. The idea does look fun, and especially if I were a child, I would do this in a heartbeat. Like, that was kind of my dream as a child. I'm like, I want to go live amongst the animals and be one of them. Except I wouldn't have wanted a beaver. Y'all know. Give me an elephant avatar and I'd be out there. So yeah, that looks really fun. Now next up, we have Mario Galaxy. I am as shocked as you guys are that I put an Illumination movie on this list of movies I'm most excited for, but I am. I loved the first Mario. Yeah, you agree, don't you? It was fun. We loved the Mario movie. Let's go. Now, obviously, I don't think it was like a cinematic masterpiece or anything, but as a lifelong Mario fan, it was exactly what I wanted. It was fun, unadulterated. It felt like the video games. Like, yeah, as a movie, was it that strong? Not really, but I don't care. Like, I think I'm a Mario fan. I don't just keep him on my shelf. I have all these Mario games and I've played most of them. And that's not counting the ones that I have digital copies of on my Switch. But yeah, it just felt like a love letter to anybody who grew up enjoying Mario. And the more I thought about it, the more it made sense for a studio like Illumination to be able to do this well. They don't need to waste their time crafting these like overly complicated emotional stories when that's not what Mario is. Mario is not this overly complicated emotional series. It's always plain, dry, and simple. Mario rescues Peach, who's captured by Bowser. That's the entire story in the nutshell. But like any good Mario game, it's not the story why you play, it's the road to get there. You just need that base objective, and then you go let loose and go be Mario. And that's what the movie was. It's one of the few movies where I'm like, I don't want it complicated. I don't want it serious. I want it just simple, bare bones, have fun. And it delivered. And I'm excited. This movie looks like it could deliver even more. Although I am a little confused with Bowser Jr. here, because this feels like the plot of Super Mario Sunshine while taking place in Mario Galaxy. Are they like mixing the two together? Because in Mario Sunshine, the whole thing is Bowser Jr. is trying to frame you so that he can kidnap Mama Peach and reunite his family with Bowser. And that kind of sounds like the story we're getting here, except he's rescuing his dad, not Mama Peach. You know what I mean? It's like they put the two together, and I'm here for it. So far, it's looking great. I'm loving Jack Black coming back as Bowser. I like the little we've seen of Rosalina and Bowser Jr. so far. I'm just hyped. I want more Mario in my life, especially because we still haven't gotten the next 3D platformer, Nintendo. Give us Mario 3D platformer for Nintendo Switch 2. Oh, I want it. Sorry, back to the movies. Okay, next one. This one, I have no idea what this story is about or really much of anything. All I know is the studio that's making it and the few clips that I've seen, and it's an automatic yes, I want to see this more than almost anything else this year, and that is Wildwood. This is the next film coming from Laika Studios, the people who brought you Coraline, The Box Trolls, Paranorman, Kubo and the Two Strings. Like, we haven't seen a movie from them in literally 8 years. Their last film was Missing Link back in 2019, and we haven't seen anything from them since except for these little teases about Wildwood. And as much as I thought The Missing Link was a fun movie, it definitely didn't live up to the rest of Laika's like pantheon of amazing movies. But Wildwood seems like it's shaping up to be another one of those beautiful, gorgeous masterpieces, and I hope that it is. Not that Missing Link was bad by any means, but compared to the other stuff, it definitely feels more like a, oh, this is a fun turn your brain off movie, as opposed to all of these like insane artistic classics. You know what I mean? But Missing Link was fun. I don't want to knock it. But the more I see this animation, it looks stunning. The more that I see these clips, I am so fascinated. I want to learn all about this that I can. I can't wait to jump into this movie, and it's set to come out in October, so let's hope it stays that way, because I'm so excited to see this. Now, next up is one of the more adult ones, so kiddos, don't watch this, and that is Odyssey, the next big Christopher Nolan movie. I am a big Christopher Nolan fan. I haven't seen all of his films, but I've seen a bunch of them, and every one that I've seen has just been stellar. I want to eventually go watch the rest of them. Everyone tells me Interstellar is incredible, so I need to go watch that. But like, yeah, the whole Dark Knight trilogy, I love Memento. When this guy gets it right, he knocks it out of the park. I love Christopher Nolan movies, so I'm really excited to see what they do with Odyssey. There was like a 5-minute clip that I saw before I saw Avatar in IMAX. It was like the whole Trojan horse scene, and y'all, it was cool. So I really want to go see it. I don't know what Christopher Nolan's going to do to like put his like classic Christopher Nolan stamp onto this story like he did for like Batman and all that stuff. But like, I think this is gonna be one of the biggest movies of the year, and I am hyped to see it. But also, again, little ones, don't watch this. It's not family friendly. But if you're an adult out there, it looks really cool, and I can't wait to see it. Now next, I'm so happy I get to talk about this movie because it's coming out. Coyote vs. Acme! We did it! The animation community banded together and fought hard, and we saved Coyote vs. Acme. And we also saved the day the Earth blew up, but unfortunately, so much of Warner Brothers content is so like never going to be seen because of all the craziness going on over there. But that's not the point. We got Coyote vs. Acme. Let's celebrate where we can. So yeah, if you guys who haven't been aware of all this, it was supposed to be like an indefinitely shelved movie that was never going to see the light of day, even though it was finished. But then, due to a lot of stuff I don't need to go into right now, the same company that saved the day the Earth blew up has also saved Coyote vs. Acme. So it will be releasing this year, hopefully with better marketing so people actually know that it's coming out. And the whole premise is around the idea that Wile E. Coyote is now suing Acme because of all their faulty products that he's tried to use to catch the Roadrunner after all these years. The premise sounds both awesome and dull at the same time, but knowing the Looney Tunes, I would love to see a Looney Tunes courtroom scene, and I'm guessing we're gonna get that, which I'm very excited for. It's gonna be a live-action animation hybrid, so I think like John Cena, I know he's in it, I think he's playing like Wile E. Coyote's lawyer? Or maybe he's the prosecutor lawyer? I don't know. He'll be there! But yeah, I can't wait to see a trailer for this, and the best part about all of this is that it comes out on my birthday! Happy birthday to me! Happy birthday! Now next, we have The Legend of Aang, which is supposed to be a new movie, like in a trilogy of movies, bringing back Avatar. Not the blue people, the Avatar, Avatar: The Last Airbender. And this is going to be stories about when Aang and everybody else are adults now. So kind of the stuff we saw alluded to in Korra, we now get to see some of those stories, which that sounds amazing. Let me be clear about my relationship with Avatar. I didn't watch it as a kid. When I saw the trailers, it didn't look interesting to me. Oh, how foolish child Brian was. How foolish you were! I didn't watch the original Avatar show till, I think, 2022. I remember when I first, got this studio, I was building it while I was binging it for the first time. It was, y'all, the show's amazing. And I also watched The Legend of Korra, and I thought Legend of Korra was great. I didn't like it as much as the original Avatar, but I still thought it was really good. So I'm hoping this will even be better than The Legend of Korra, and it sounds like, I think they said Dave Bautista is gonna play adult Aang. I think that's what they said? Okay, Dave Bautista is not playing adult Aang, but he is voicing somebody in the movie. IMDb is not showing me the exact name. But anyways, it looks awesome. I want more Avatar: The Last Airbender. I'm hooked. I love that show. It's awesome. Next up, this might seem like a weird choice because I've never talked about this movie franchise at all on this channel or my other channel. I don't think I've even acknowledged its existence before, but I'm weirdly a big fan of it, and that is Jumanji 3. Obviously, it's not really a shocker that I would like Jumanji, the original one or the reboot one, because what are some of my favorite things? A video game or board game that throws you into the world of crazy animals and stuff? That's right up my alley, y'all. I love Jumanji ever since I was a kid. Well, the original one. And then when they did the new reboot, I didn't like it as much as the Robin Williams movie, but I still thought they were a ton of fun. I've watched the first one dozens of times and the second one dozens of times. It was just a really fun spin on it that did take away most of the, scariness of it, which kind of bums me out. But I think the comedy is so strong that, I'm okay with it. And I've been hoping ever since they teased the third one at the end of the second one that we would finally get it one day, and we finally are! I can't wait to see what the new adventures look like with everybody, and wonder who Jack Black's gonna have to be this time. Now next up we have Avengers Doomsday. I've made it no secret on this channel that I do think Marvel's kind of fallen off the wagon since Endgame. Well, I guess really since No Way Home, because that one was phenomenal. But I think the last few movies, little by little, have been getting me more and more excited for Doomsday. I don't think I'm as excited for this as I was, say, maybe the original Avengers. I think I'm gonna be more enjoying this along the lines of, say, like Age of Ultron, where I enjoyed it and I had a lot of fun, but it felt lackluster compared to the other Avengers movies, in my opinion. But this is the one where we have Robert Downey Jr. returning as Dr. Doom, which I hope, and I have a theory around, which is probably not that hard of a theory to put together, and I'm sure other people have done this, and I talked about this in the Fantastic Four review, but we know that he comes from the same universe as the Fantastic Four did, and we know that is not the same Earth from the main Avengers series. So maybe in this universe, Tony Stark became Dr. Doom instead of becoming Iron Man, so that when inevitably Fantastic Four and everybody meet, because we already know that's going to happen based on some in-credit stuff, Dr. Doom will follow them or something like that, and they'll now have to reconcile with, who is this new Tony, when in actuality, it's Dr. Doom, but, Iron Man in our universe is gone. You know what I mean? I think there could be a really cool emotional dynamic there, and I hope that's what they play with, and I hope that's what they're doing. But if they're just gonna throw him in there and say oh, it's Robert Downey Jr., it's nobody recognizes that he looks like Tony Stark, I'd be so upset. I was like, no, y'all can't bring back Robert Downey Jr. and then just have him be a villain and do nothing with that. So I'm excited for what the potential of that could be if Marvel does that. I'm assuming that they will, but part of me thinks that they won't. So don't prove me wrong, Marvel. I want to be overly hyped for the next Marvel movie again. I'm not there yet, but I'm closer than I've been since Endgame. Please don't mess this up. And last, and this one may be the furthest out of left field for you guys, because you guys don't see everything that happens in my life behind the scenes, but Godzilla Minus Zero. Y'all, I adored Godzilla Minus One. This is coming from a guy who's not a giant, big monster go attack village kind of a guy. But Godzilla Minus One was unlike any kaiju movie I've ever seen. I was weirdly engaged with all the characters. I thought it was one of the most emotionally gripping movies that I've ever seen with a giant monster battle in it, and it blew me away. And it might be the only one of these that I've ever seen where I cared more about the people than seeing Godzilla destroy stuff. Which that's saying something for me. That really is. So the fact we're getting a direct sequel to that, yes, sign me up. Alright, so those are the list of the 10 movies that I am most hyped for this year. Let me know in the comments if you agreed, if you have other movies that you're really excited about. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!